And we're live on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. I am Goddess Just Be, and we just gonna jump right into it. We already have Goddess Just Be on TikTok and Goddess Just Be Healthy on the backup on TikTok. And I was just going over to them. Welcome to the Inner Being Church. We have a church over here, but this kind of church is all about your inner being, your inner self, your soul expansion. We're not looking outside of ourselves about who we are. We are worthy over here. We're healed over here. For those of you who don't know me, I help people with wellness. So the announcements of today is if you need help, is it pertain to your health and wellness? You know how they talk about in the biblical text. If there be anyone sick among you, let us call upon the elders of the church. Well, in the inner being church, if anyone be sick among us, let us go to the website saltoftheearthpub.org. And when you get to the website, you hang out there for 10 seconds, you sign up by putting in your name and your email address so you can be part of the newsletters. Then you scroll down and you have a good old time on the website and you find out what your blood type is. And once you get that, you're empowered. When you know your blood type, now you can find your weight loss cheat codes, you can find meal plans for your blood type, you can find detoxes for your blood type, and highly beneficial foods for your blood type, even the ones that you need to stay away from, because your blood has memory. It connects you to your ancestors, your Akashic records, your Lamb Book of Life. Your bloodline is very, very important as it pertains to your inner world, your energy, your energy God force. Because if the kingdom of God lies within you, then you got to take care of your body. You got to respect your bloodline and your body. That's the first message of the day. The second message of the day is I'm going to be off on Monday. I was just telling them Monday is supposed to be the holy days, even though nobody acting holy, but that means I'm going to be off. Okay? I'm going to be off. I'm going to be off. So don't look for me on Monday. I'm already off on weekends. So that means I'm going to have a 3-day work day off. Okay, if that's okay with you, if you have a grievance with that, if that knocks you out of what we call alignment over here in the inner being church, if that knock you out of alignment, you could transmute the energy and get me on this live by guess what? Donating to this Cash App. If that amount is right on this Cash App God is just me, guess who gonna be working this weekend? But if the amount on Cash App ain't high enough, guess who y'all not gonna see? me, y'all not gonna see me. Okay, tonight we're about to get right into it. We're gonna be talking about the inner being as it pertains to melanin. Y'all with me? Laugh a lot. I tapped so much it made me jump over here. You on the other page? Thank you for being here. I appreciate every last one of y'all. Thank you. We're about to talk about melanin, y'all. The night before last, we talked about our crystallus fluid, how important it is for our Kundalini energy, how it activates our God self and turn on the light. So our light could shine. Those of you that missed that video, it is so important that you catch that one because that one is really, really powerful one. And you really need to know that in the effort to get to know yourself. That one will be available on my YouTube channel 2 days ago. So go to YouTube, go to the live sessions, and the 2 videos from today, that's the one. That's the one. That's the one that you need to know about the Christ within. Tonight, we got to talk about another superpower that you have, another aspect of you, another way your light could shine. All right. Hey, Tanzela. Hey, Blue Diamond. Hey, Miss Grateful. Rita. Thank you. That's the congregation right there. The congregation has arrived, so we're going to go ahead on and begin. So, melanin. Where is melanin? What is melanin? Why is it so magical? Why is it so beautiful? Does everybody have it? Some people missing it? What does it mean? We gonna figure all of this here out. But in figuring all of this here out, I want you to know one thing. We're gonna start off with this here. Better yet, I'm gonna ask you. Where do you know or can you recall the place in the biblical text where they spoke of melanin? Anybody? Anybody know where in the biblical text that they talked about? I'm talking about the very beginning. We're going to go to the book of Genesis. Does anybody in the congregation over here on YouTube know where they talked about melanin? Anybody could take a guess. I tell it to you in layman's terms a whole lot on my channel. Anybody could take a guess? But we talked about melanin that before. You deserve a time off. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody? Anybody? Nobody. I tell it to you all the time. If y'all was paying attention, I often say, and there was darkness on the face of the deep. Remember that? You remember when we talked about that? I say that a lot. That represents melanin. That represents carbon. That represents life force. Like, right? I didn't know it was mentioned in the Bible. The darkness on the face of the deep at the beginning of the recreation of this world. Because, we have been doing this here for eons and eons. Like, right? Lifetimes and lifetimes. Like, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so we create realms that we just jump in and go participate in. All right. So there was darkness on the face of the deep. That's melanin. And the Spirit of God hovered over the so-called darkness. So now that we know that melanin exists, what I'm saying here in layman's terms is, before you became Adam, you were atoms. I'm bringing you back to the beginning of yourself. Before you gathered yourself, before you pick up spirit, before you pick up body, before you came forth, you was atom. You getting this here? Right? So you were atom, melanin, carbon. Does anybody know what this here so-called melanin and carbon is, though? Wow, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah, baby. Energy. Energy. That's what we talk about. Energy, frequency, and vibration. Yep, there you. That's where we stem from. That's what we are. There's an illusion that we are humans, being, but we're really just the beingness, the energy behind it. And anybody know what this melanin is, though? Like, if I was to ask you, well, what is melanin? What would you say about it? What would you call it? What would you call it? Melanin. I'm listening. Well, what would you call it? Anybody? See, a lot of people, and this is the point about why I wanted to do this particular video. A lot of people would like to pump their fists about melanin popping, melanin cracking, black on black on black. But wait, what do we know about it though? Oh, look at Voodoo Child said it is our essential. Okay, I like that. Hey, Jackie. Hey, Edward. Yeah, that's beautiful. Anything else? I said the color of our skin, the dark-skinned people. Only the dark-skinned people, though? Only the dark-skinned people. Only? Okay, so I like that. I like what you're saying there. I want to add to that, though. I want to add to that in the sense that it's a biochemical. It's a living thing. It's a living thing. If it or we as a group of a whole of all people, and I'm going to put everybody up in here, did not have this some so-called form of melanin, we wouldn't be participating in this life with them. And I mean all people. So for the fist pumpers of the melanin popping, clench your pearls, because I'm talking about all people. The darkest hue or the lack looking hue, I'm talking about all people when I say that, right? And so there are different types of melanin, like they have the pheomelanin and the eomelanin. Could you tell me on your body, just by looking at me, for example, or just by thinking of other people, can you tell me this is the inner being church. So could you tell me, where do you see this melanin on people, on you, on others? Where would you see it visibly? Anybody know where you could look for that and understand that thing right there is melanin? What you got to look at? Yeah, I like that, Daniel. Avatar is the vessel protecting the reaction of the elements. Ooh, on the skin. Okay, on the skin. Anybody else? On the skin? It's in all life. Okay, on the skin. The gums. Ooh, that's a good one. Where else? Where else do you think this melanin will be at? The skin and the gums. That's it? The skin and the gums. Nature is God. God is nature. We are connected, definitely. It's in our life. So what about right here? Oh, there we go, Erica. Hair. Definitely hair. hair, all of the hairs, and in the eyes, like right, the things that we kind of see, the things that have hue to it, you know, the things that have pigmentation to it, like right, that would be the melanin that's cracking, right? Our antennas, yeah. So when we're talking about like pheomelanin, we're talking about maybe people that have like red beards, that pinkish kind of look, kind of like pinkish reddish, maybe pheomelanin to be grouped into that type of melanin. And then they have the euromelanin, and that'll be grouped into maybe the darker pigment of the skin. Those kind of groups of people, like right. But what's deeper than that, from the inner being church, I want you to know about the energy inside of you. There is another melanin. Does anybody know what the other melanin is? There's actually two more, but I just want to talk about one more. They have another melanin that's inside of you called neuromelanin. Neuromelanin. And this melanin that's inside of you, yeah, the spirit, okay, I like that. This melanin that's inside of you is inside of your brain, right? Your brain. Remember, we talked about the crystals fluid the other day, right? We talked about the crystals fluid. We talked about the idea of your brain and the Kundalini energy rising. So when I'm talking about the brain, I ain't talking about one brain. I want you to know we're going in now. We talked about the out just then. We're going in. Yeah, we're going in. I'm not just talking about the one brain as a whole. I'm talking about four. We're about to go real deep in you. All four of your brains. Y'all with me? So when I'm talking about all four of the brains, I mean, remember the other night we were talking about the cerebrum? When we talk about the cerebrum, we were talking about the God brain, the intuitive brain, the all-knowing infinite, or we'll call it the right brain. And then we had we had the left. We had the left brain. Remember we talked about this when we talked about Kundalini energy, the left brain, cerebellum. And then we talked about the Abdullah Oblongata when we were talking about the Christ, where the cross is, the place of the skull in the back. So that's three of the brains. But so okay, I told you what the three brains we talking about. Now I told you that there were four. And okay, I talk to you all about health and wellness all the time. So there's one more brain that's missing. I talk to you about health and wellness all the time. So what do you think? Because I come on here intentional with my words and messages. So where you think this fourth brain is at? The gut. Ooh, go ahead on, Eddie. Eddie said the gut. So we talk about the four brains. We talk about melanin being within all of them. This biochemical, the biochemical that's within you, that's supposed to be a healer to your body if you take care of your body. If you allow your melanin to reproduce, or if you, depending upon how you thinking and how you're eating, behaving, or you could be allowing that melanin, that chemical that's supposed to be shining your light, to die. Your melanin, the one that's supposed to be popping. And so now I want to bring you out. I brought you in. We're going out again. So think about this here. If melanin is within, everything that's within, it has to be without. And I just shared with you what we just discussed, how the melanin is without on your body. But do you ever notice a time in the day, since melanin is supposed to be responsible for color and pigment, do you ever notice a time of the day when it's not so bright outside? So if it's not so bright outside and melanin is part of pigment, what outside it is an expression of your melanin. Crystal melanin, I love that. What outside, like right now, it's 6:59 out here in the desert in Zona. What outside right now, they have a whole lot of it outside that's melanin. Just in case you didn't identify it like this here, what do you think that stuff that's outside right now, or outside where you are right now, is? They got a lot of it. What is this stuff that I'm talking about? Anybody? You look up. It's everywhere. If you go outside in the the night sky, the darkness. Remember? And there was darkness on the face of the deep. So here we go. We're talking about melanin, something that's inside you, within your four brains, on your skin, in your eyes, in your hair. But as within, it gotta be so without. And so we have this night sky. And this explains why some people, when you go outside, you get a little eerie. You get a little scared, when you're putting out the trash can. What's that? Let me hurry up and get back in the house. And you start skipping and playing it off. Because the totality of that darkness, melanin is at a high frequency when you out there. It's almost like you in this avatar suit is looking at yourself, your nothingness self within that dark sky. Now this here, I want you to understand this. I want you to understand that I'm talking to everybody here. Because like I explained to you a minute ago, we have pheomelanin for brighter hues, and then we have this eomelanin. I'm talking, when I go in, I'm talking about neuromelanin, and that's something you and me don't see in people. No, you can't see this one. You can't see this one. Because where is that? It's inside of the body. Like there's a chemical inside of the body around the four brains. Like, because you might think, oh, she got some. She probably got a good bit because she looked like a brown lady. But I'm not talking about this one here. I'm talking about the ones that's in there helping me function. Yeah. Because there's some that have pigment, allow you to have like more pigment on your skin. But then there's some that actually is designed, the chemical reaction is designed to turn on a light and to heal your body. Okay, let's get a little bit into the healing process of what's inside of you. You ever paid attention to how in the physical reality, they have women that are, maybe they had a baby and then they went to the doctor and then the placenta was taken from them, but yet you hear about the healing properties of the placentas, because then you'll hear some women, they'll hold on to it until it dries out because there's melanin in it. The healer, this live organism that can heal, that can actually help that baby develop brain development. DHA, the little stuff that they put up in the symbol, like in the little milk when they give you the milk in the can. Well, it's already readily available in that placenta. Okay, let's flip it over to little boys when they get the little tips of their penis circumcised. And it's so precious, it's so unique, it's so abundant in babies, in creation, in mothers. Okay, let's go here. Let's go to the point where you know how ladies or women have get pregnant and then they have that dark line on their stomach. No, that placenta is the tree of life. Yes, it is. They have that dark line. That dark line. That's melanin. Okay, let me get a little simplified for you. Okay, like when you have like a pimple, you get a little pimple, and then after the pimple pop or whatever, or you go picking on it, you end up with a dark mark. Melanin. You see where I'm going here? So melanin is a healer. Melanin is in all four of your brains. We're not talking about melatonin, the hormone. A lot of people get the two words mixed up. Melatonin, the hormone, is different from melanin. I'm talking about a pigment. I'm talking about a life giver here. I'm talking about a healer here. I'm talking about it being present within your body and it having enough power within it. This is a whole other level from Christos fluid now. This is another one of your superpowers, God. It having so much of power that you being around certain people, when you are in alignment, when you taking care of your avatar self and your own melanin, and you ain't just fist pumping with it, you really, really like honoring your mother or your bloodline so your days can be long. When you're really doing that thing, your energy, because of your melanin, your carbon Your superpower, your life force, melanin. Oh, it has the power to heal others energetically around you because it's alive. He gives life. Someone said it was a tree of life. And we was talking about the other day when we talk about crystal fluid. So this tree of life, this vagus nerve that we talked about with the crystal fluid. Okay. That's the little nerve that brings the little melanin that you're talking about that's popping. It delivered it to the different organ, to the different brains, to the different organs in your body, to the different cells. Melanin, your inner beingness. So all of your brains inside of you, your four brains, God, I gotta let you know how cold you are, so that you see learning stuff like this. This helps you understand that you are worthy. Yeah, that you are a royal priesthood. Yeah, that the whole universe is yielding for you and waiting for you to wake up to your consciousness. I gotta tell you this kind of juicy stuff. It's fascinating to me. So listen up. So you got these four brains here, and these four brains do different things. Like, right. The ones that I was telling you about. One, the right is your infinite intelligence, your Akashic records, your feminine brain, the God brain, full of this juice, full of this chemical. And it is part of your intuitiveness, your divine birthright. Well, some people in the physical reality, they be like, if you left-handed, you using the right part of your brain, like, right. We say these little things, but we don't really understand what we say because the right part is really that God brain. And so then you got the other part of the brain. They responsible for certain emotions, certain functions. The Abdullah Oblongata, that brain there, it's kind of, if I could give you a kind of like a visual, when we talk about like the right brain, and then we have maybe say the left brain is over here. Well, that Abdullah kind of like extends. It's in the inside, kind of like extends, kind of like by your neck, and it goes down the part of your Jacob's ladder, and it goes down to your spinal, to your root chakra, all the way down your back. That's part of an extension to your brain too. And so that one has to do with your spinal, your nerve endings. It's like a conduit for your nerve endings within your body. It has vital processes as it pertains to your heart beating, your breath, the breath of life, that Abdullah Oblongata. But everything's connected. And then your stomach, your gut. This is why we have gut feelings. And it too has melanin. So when a baby, if you're a woman and a baby is developing inside of you, it's surrounded by this melanin, this chemical, this life force. It's the life bringer. It's a healer. It's helping this now new baby develop its four brains because God made man in the likeness of him. But what you really need to know about this melanin that I'm speaking of is that it is a chemical living inside of you, and it's like the master cell. You know how we call ourselves a person, or we'll say me, myself. Well, within yourself, if we break it down, because everything has an end, that's yourself, your wholeness. But if we break it down and we go inside of you, since you were Adam, or atoms turned into Adam, well, yourself separates like that. You are a self, a human being itself, and you are cells. There are multiple cells, since you were an atom. There are multiple cells of expression inside of you. So when we talk about this thing called melanin, we talk about the master cell of all cells that's in your body, the master, the gang, the pump the fist, gang cell. But these cells inside of your body, being that they're alive, they respond to you. When I move, you move, just like that, right? They respond to the way that you think and feel. This is why, once again, in the inner being church, how you feel really, really gonna matter. It's gonna matter. It's gonna matter with everything. I put that on everything, baby. How you feel, them thoughts that you tell yourself, it's gonna matter, because you can really destroy yourself at a cellular level, because your cells and your melanin, it's alive, and it hears, and it knows, and it's energy. And it's responding to energy, frequency, and vibration just like you do it on a regular. It's responding to the way you think. It's responding even, so that's the spiritual side of how it responds or what it responds to. Your thinking. And it does a lot of responding to it. 99.999% of the responsiveness from it is from spiritual. But then there's just 0.01%, the physical, what you put in your mouth. It responds to that too. Because when you put certain things that are beneficial inside of your mouth, now you don't have inflammation or you don't become acidic. When you put beneficial things inside of your mouth, you're more on an alkaline or imbalanced state of being. This melanin is working for you as the life force, as the healer, as the master cell of all cells. It's working. Get this out of here. Do this, that. I'm keeping her alive. I'm working on her aura, the ability for her to heal herself first, and then she could just simply sit around other people and they could be healed just because her melanin is really, really popping. When we really get our melanin popping, that's really what it does. On a cellular level, other people know this. The people out there that ain't part of the inner being church, they know this. They know this. They make melanin. I mean, they make medicine with some people's melanin. Especially when you don't know your blood type. That's why you go to the website, you find out your blood type, you don't do nothing else. Because you'll be sitting in the doctor and they'll just be taking all of your blood. Oh, because there's some good ones. You know, the hierarchy of it, you know, them O's. There's some O's in this house. There's some O's in this house. They'll take your juices because you don't know. You don't know it's medicine. It's a healer. This is why in previous videos, I know a lot of people probably didn't understand this, but I was explaining the idea of, you know, the COVID shutdown, 6 feet, social distance. From a spiritual standpoint, we're in a Aquarius age. There was people like me, and I said this on the live before. It probably went over your head. There was people like me that spiritually knew what was really going on energetically. That dormant DNA was activated and stuff, and they wanted you to stay, of course, stay 6 feet away from one another. And in my mind, even though you gotta, you know, to go to certain stores, and you know, I had to play the game. I had to be part of this world, but not of it, and put the little mask on. But in my mind, I was confident in knowing, baby, if you come close to me, I'm going to be the healing that you need, because I knew in that moment in time, still to this day, my melanin was popping. And I wasn't talking about it and not knowing what was really going on. So energetically, the shift hadn't taken place. And some people know a lot about your melanin. And so, but here's the thing. So this is how they work. Remember, I just told you a minute ago, all things stem spiritually first before they manifest. All things are 99.9 spiritual first before they are 0.01 physical. So in the meantime, in between time, people understand your mind. So they could get up there. If you a fear hoarder, they get up and tell you during the time of awakening, stay away. There's a so-called virus out there. And because your mind responds, because this is all thought now, baby. Because they understand, or really just you playing tricks on your own self, because nobody exists but you. But we're going to pretend that they got a government and they got news and stuff outside of you. Yeah, we're going to pretend. But because you understand how your mind works, you could put fear on yourself by giving ear to something that's supposedly going to make you sick. Fear is the thing energetically that really makes you sick. I mean, come on now. If we just be real with it, it's just really fear. Because you all that exists, God. So at the same time, it's the season for awakening, but you got because you scared of yourself. Yeah. Your biggest fear. You your greatest nightmare. The limits you put on you. No government, no FDC, no ABC, no NBC. You. And so when you get fearful of yourself, you give yourself those type of things. Just to slow down. You know, you don't want to get ahead of yourself. Because you know yourself. This information that I'm telling you is really not new. This is from your Akashic records. This is in your subconscious mind already. That's the only reason why you're listening to me. Yeah, you remembering who you are. But that's part of the journey for you to get to know thyself, because to know thyself is to know God. So this is one of the many reasons why it is so important to take care of your energy, your inner God. When I say G, your inner being, your melanin, your melanin. And this goes hand in hand with the subject that we had about the crystals fluid that will rise from your pineal gland, your pituitary gland, it would descend from your pineal and pituitary down Jacob's ladder in order to be risen again so that your light can shine. But then not only that way you have, and all of this going to tie back into you taking care of the temple or the kingdom of God. I need you to know what the kingdom of God really, really houses in all the departments and compartments and the cells and the lights and the juice, the manna from on high, the milk and honey. I need you to know all of that about yourself. I need you to remember all of that, because that helps you with your now kind of faith too. So your neuromelanin, that living part of your melanin. I'm talking about the part that other people can't see. You can't see right now how much I have. You don't see how much you have, but you have an expression of it. And so if you are taking care of your body, you producing a whole lot of this here stuff. If you are walking on that journey of being conscious, or you open up that crown chakra, oh baby, you like gang, 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 gang. Because it's the healer. It's the true healer for your body. If you're not taking care of your melanin, though, let's go down there. You might have something called Parkinson disease. You might have something called the big C. That's when you done made your melanin a little toxic to your own self. That's when you ain't been taking care of the energy. You just been putting everything you want inside of this here mouth. And you didn't take time to figure out or get to know yourself. Your house, your temple, your kingdom of God for your energy, it was supposed to be the house of prayer, but you sat up there and you turned it into a den of thieves, because guess what? Somebody's stealing your melanin, and guess who that somebody is now? That somebody's you. You. When you put stuff to you. Because the FDC and all them others, they not at the grocery store with you. That be you. And then you pay for it. And then you put it in the cart. And then you bring it to the house. And then you put it in the cupboard. And then you cook it. And then you put it on the fork. And then you swallow it. That was you, all of that, all by yourself. But I came here to tell you or share with you the real importance of taking care of your melanin for two reasons. For one, I need you to know yourself and take care of your body, because this is the way to the kingdom of God. This is the way for you to realize that you're the Christ conscious one. And for two, because I want you to understand this melanin pumping thing is so silly. And it's just a part of the journey when you find out, I guess, like if you're a black lady, you find out about this powerful thing, expression of melanin. Yeah, you probably want to think, oh, I'm special in this here area, but it is me urging you to keep on going up the ladder. Just keep on going, because that ain't the last step. Stop. It's not. It's not. Because we govern underneath this here law of polarity, where there's two sides, and there's an illusion of separation within them sides. But if you roll up them sides, you got a side over here, you got a side over here. If you roll up them sides, all is gone, vibrating at different frequencies. So, okay, let's look at the sides. We got eel melanin over here. This might be the people that look like me with the eel melanin. And then the field melanin, maybe they have red hair now because they have maybe less of the pigment, so to speak. But all is God. I want you to know that. But see, this is a sneaky link with the melanin conversation, that judgmental melanin conversation, because now there's another melanin. The uromelanin that I'm talking about, that you can't see whether it's on a eel melanated person with pigment or the field melanin person with pigment. But you can feel that thing, though. Woo-hoo. Boy, could you feel it, because it's a healer. Yeah, because it's alive. And so to these people, whether light hued or dark hued. For these people, it's something about them people. Something about them people, their aura, their presence, their energy, the kind you can't see because you won't be judgy. You won't think your melanin popping is better than the other melanin popping. But I'm talking about the melanin that's popping on them 4 brains. Neuromelanin. The healer. Another reason why it's so important to take care of the body of Christ. This here melanin, this here melanin is like color to your neurons. You know, your proton, electron, neuron, that one right there, that neuromelanin. A healer. A healer. Christ conscious, when you're a healer. Do you hear me talking to you? You're a healer. You're a healer. I come here in so many different ways, Monday through Friday. I'm trying to share with you. You're the healer. You're the savior. You're the savior. All the way down to the cells of your body. You looking for, see, this is why it's called the inner being church, because you want to look for your savior out there. No. It's in here. It's in here. I'm breaking everything in here down for you, so you don't have to go out there. You need to go in here and crack the sky open right here. This sky. You need to get in here and study and show thyself approved in here. Because there's lights going off up in here. There's magic going off up in here. The house of prayer is going on up in here. The kingdom of God is going on up in here. They got melanin popping up in here. That crystals fluid up in here. They got Jacob's ladder up in here. They got Kundalini energy up in here. They got the manna from on high up in here. They got the milk and honey up in here. Everything you need is up in here. And so it had to be in here first for you to even see it out here, because as within, so without, on earth as it is in heaven. As above, so below. This is how the polarity in this realm works. That you just going to be bumping into you. The night sky going to be you. Yeah, that's going to be your melanin. The earth gonna be you. Yeah, dust thou art and dust thou shalt return. Water that you drink gonna be you. You 80% water. The fire, the sun gonna be you. This is your solar plex, the fire within. The Lord thou God is a sun. Your solar energy, your energy network. It's gonna be you. Yeah, you can't miss you. The air that you breathe is you. Your thoughts. It's you, your spirit. God breathed breath into man and man became a living soul. This your essence. This you experiencing you in every aspect of the way. It's so important for you to know this here. So important for you to know, down to your pigment, down to your hair. You're a healer. And so that's why they call, on people with non-ether hair, the curly hair that coils up, that's why they all call them the antennas, like, right? Because baby, don't get it twisted. Your hair alive too. Yeah. Even the hairs on your arm. Yeah, the little hairs on you, and you growing under your armpit. Yeah. Melanin, carbon, an expression of your life. And so your melanin inside of you should be healing you. It should be communicating to the other brain. The gut brain communicates to the master brains. This is why we have gut feelings. In an effort to keep us in balance, in an effort to keep us knowing what's going on within. Because to know within, if you know within first, now you know everything that's going on without, because you could feel it. Like, wait a minute, I wasn't, I was just sitting here and I was in perfect peace. And then this other person walked in and everything just changed. The energy changed. So wait a minute. Let me calibrate everything in this room. Wait, that's not my feeling. So that must be you. Why do I feel this here way? You have these feelings in this expression of light, the innate ability to read others with this so-called melanin, because you have these superpowers and you're able to read them instantly when you meet them based upon how they feel to you, because your little neural transmitters are doing their thing inside of you because you're God. But because we've been dumbed down to 10% of brain capacity, because we've been the little G kind of God, because we were soldiers in the army of the Lord, because we don't know ourselves, because we haven't been rightly dividing the word of truth, we deny that part of ourselves. And oh, I was just tripping. I don't know what you say. I'm gonna just trust you anyway, even though I don't feel like it. And then we wait, and then people outside of us, they'll do such and such, and then we'll be like, I knew he wasn't no good, or she was no good. I knew I shouldn't did that deal with it. How did you know? At least you were told already by your melanin. Mhm. So it helps you in the aspect of your environment, your healing in your body, and your ability to heal other people outside of your body. It's helping you. It's the life force. It too can produce light. Remember how we were talking? We were talking about the optithalamus in the center of the brain, the little egg-shaped little ball in the center of the brain. When we was talking about the crystals fluid. Well, your melanin. I gotta tell you about your melanin. It has the ability to produce light as well. Because see, there's so many ways that you're supposed to be expressing your light, or should I say, turning on your light for the world to see. But if we bring all of this here back in, you got to take care of that blood, though. Oh, the blood. Oh, the blood. Oh, the blood has signed my name. Can't you see? Can't you see? Can't you see what the blood has done? Oh, the blood has signed my name. Y'all getting this? All the way down to your cells. Your cells, the master cells. You have the ability to produce light and life. I'm hopeful y'all getting this thing. Any questions? Yes, you're just so cold with it. Yes, yes, they love taking tubes of my blood. Yes, especially if you're old, especially you that O negative, especially you the life giver of all. Yeah, yeah. But do you know why it's so precious? You got to get to knowing so much about. You got to know your reason why. But why? Why do you like to take my blood? Why? What is so juicy about my blood? Why is mine so rare? Well, basically because that's that Anunnaki bloodline. That old negative, that rarest one. Oh yeah, that's that Anunnaki bloodline right there. That's the real deal healer. If nobody never told you, I'd like to tell it to you. O blood type, O negative, especially. O positive, you all right, but you gotta fool around and you gotta mess with only the positives. But that negative though, that O negative though. Oh, you have the power just in your bloodline alone to save all of mankind. Shh, don't tell nobody. You remember that movie? Oh, you remember that movie I Robot, I think it's called, with Will Smith? Is that the one? Yeah, Will Smith, and he was he had to save the world with the blood, and he was testing in a lab or something like that. It verifies that if this is right movie, because Will Smith played in movies and I haven't watched TV in years. But yeah, he had a little experiment with the zombies or whatever. He was like the only man in the world or something like that. And he found the blood. Oh, in that movie, I was just sitting there smiling and saying to myself, I sure hope the people get it. That's that Anunnaki bloodline. That rare human bloodline. And in this particular movie, he was like adventurous, competitive, like the old blood type. Narrow-minded too. I don't mean to be ugly, but they could be narrow-minded people, but ain't nothing wrong with that. We all expressions of God. We just vibrating on different frequencies. They could be narrow-minded. Remember in this same sad movie, he was up in the kitchen and he got so angry with this lady he had been found on side the road, a lady and a little boy, I think it was, and she had woke up the next day because he had helped her get away from the little zombies. And she woke up the next day, she had made some bacon and eggs, and he got so angry, narrow-minded. I was saving that for whatever, and he got so angry. Meanwhile, the world is over, like it's only him and her in the world, but he got mad at the lady because she made that. She chose to make that. Yeah, they could be kind of hard to understand. Good people, but hard to understand. Nonetheless, they carry that bloodline that I'm talking about here, that old negative one, the master one that has the ability. Now they ain't gonna taint their blood and take anything from your everybody. Like they ain't gonna do that. They can only take it from their own fellow old negatives. Yeah, but they could give it to everybody. They say even mankind. Oh, the blood. Oh, the blood. Oh, the blood done sign my name. Can't you see? Can't you see? Can't you see what the blood has done? All the way down to your brains. Their neuromelanin is the color within, the melanin within, the carbon within, the life force within. Yeah, you got that. You got that juice. So you got the magic every which way. You can't deny the magic. You can't deny the magic within. And a beautiful thing. And I love this fact that this here melody, that nobody can tell you how much one has in the other. Because you got this one here is the one within. Powerful one. I love that about this realm, because in this realm, some of the people would let melanin and some would out, because that's really what the war is with the hues of skin. The war is, oh, I think mine better. No, this one's better. No, because mine is popping. No, I got the coily hair and you got the straight hair. No, I got the blue eyes and you got the brown eyes. I'm so glad this one here. You can't even tell about this one here. This one is the inner being. Because see, everybody have the innate ability to tap into source, but we be getting so bamboozled along the way because we get to that solar plex where we want the power when all is God. we want to be better. This is better when all is God. A kingdom. It tells you this in the biblical text when it says a kingdom divided against itself, it cannot stand. Oh, the blood. Oh, the blood. Oh, the blood has signed my name. So your melanin heals you, can be a healer to others, worth more than gold, gives life to babies, reproduces if you take care of your body, turns on the light within. There's a whole chemical process that'll happen, causing it to create like a biochemical reaction to turn on the light within you. Why we don't appreciate the things inside of us as much as we appreciate the things outside, I have no idea. Why do we look for a sky daddy instead of researching the real big daddy and a big mama within? I have no idea. But it's the season of awakening from the great sleep and slumber. And it's only to awaken to yourself. Not nobody else but yourself. And I'm hopeful that one day, because I come here Monday through Friday every day, I'm hopeful for one day that I'll be done told you so many remarkable things about yourself that you will look to no other. That you would never in your wildest dream even follow me, because I don't want you to follow me. I want you to stop all follows and lead yourself. Lead yourself to yourself. And if anybody in this realm tries to get you to follow them, don't go. Just like the biblical text says, if somebody say, lo, here's God over here, don't go. This is the same message that the Christ consciousness was trying to tell people in that allegory text. Oh, in the Lord our God is the Son. This allegory text, this in case I forgot to tell you this here wholesomeness about yourself. Holy Bible, Helios, Biblios, that means Son book. Son, S-U-N book. The Lord thy God is a son. This is all going to bring you back to energy, frequency, and vibration. It ain't going to teach you or bring you to a sky daddy. It won't. And I'm not going to bring you there. But I came out of that walk of life. And I understand it. But I'm here for you, to help you, since you called me forth in your subconscious mind, to help you expand your mind to the idea of no longer being a little G kind of God, to the idea of the greatness that lives within you. Get to know that. If you won't go follow sky daddies and all them other daddies and mamas and all of them things outside of you one day, surely go. But first, spend some time on the energy, the brains. You got research in the biblical text. It says study to show thyself approved. You got some research to do based upon just what I shared with you. I done taught you about crystals juice, crystals fluid juice, or whatever you want to call it. You could be researching that about yourself just to get to know yourself. I done taught you about the 4 brains. You probably only thought you had one. I done just gave you 4 of them. I done taught you about the types of melanin. There's 4. I mentioned melanin, melanin, and the uromelanin. I done taught you what happens when there's a lack thereof. I done taught you about health and wellness. You gotta rightly divide this word of truth. Don't you treat me like you did your past and just believe everything that I say. Don't do that. I mean, you could, but don't ever do that no more. Because this is what got mankind in the state of being that we are in now. Why nobody want to get to know themselves? Why everybody saying, oh, my doctor said, my lawyer said, my pastor said, my pastor said. But who do you say I am? Do you know? Do you know that I amness in you? I am the I am. Remember that in the biblical text? I know these things are resonating with you. I know you find a familiar path with this here because we've been doing it so long that this is embedded in your DNA at this point. You know the word just like I know the word. What I happen to get the Bible to understand the word. So it's time to do something different instead of rinse and repeat. And that's a recipe for being insane. Rinsing and repeating each lifetime instead of becoming that so-called black sheep. The whole universe is cheering for you. Your whole bloodline is behind you on this, rooting for you to get to know yourself. Okay. All right. I never would have thought of all of this when it comes to melanin. There you go. So God, there's nothing special about us black people. That is not what I'm saying. That is not what I'm saying. Because you have, let's go, because let me answer that. Let me answer that because I'm not trying to downplay the blackness. Because you have like the multiplier of these types of melanin, because you have the UO at abundance, UO, because see, okay, let's go back. Let me bring it back in a little bit. Dominant, recessive. Law of polarity, 2 sides. All things have 2 sides. One's going to be dominant and one going to be recessive, like the blue-eyed, brown-eyed. Yield melanin, field melanin. Of course, on the outside, we're going out now to answer this. On the outside, yeah. On the outside, melanin, darker, dominant. Richer, dominant. Even the people that house this darker dominant are closest to God because they're closest to nature. Yeah. There's a hierarchy here. Don't get mad at me. There's a hierarchy here. They're closest to nature. They're closer to kind of like a love energy. They're forgiving people. They're very spiritual people. They are very athletically inclined. And so the ones that have the maybe bluer eyes and they have the melanin, I'm sorry, the pheomelanin and the bluer eye beam, that will be considered maybe on the recessive, well, not maybe, it is on the recessive end. So that'll be a lower frequency, like, right? But what I'm saying is it pertains to that outside stuff. Both have the innate ability to tap into God. what really is more bountiful than anything, because you pay attention to this. You have some darker hued that have the Euro melanin, and they have brown eyes. And you know them to be true. Like, dang, I don't know. Maybe we should take your black card. This is how you would say, maybe I should take your black card from you. Cause man, you all right? You see what I'm saying? And then on the flip of that, you have some blue-eyed beings with melanin. And you like, oh, you could come to the cookout. So wait, what? Well, how you learn how to sing and dance like that? And oh, you invited to the cookout. You ever heard that before? Because it's about the one within is what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to take from. I'm in this realm. I'm black lady. You see that? I got that. But the really important one is the one that's in there, that's operating in brain faculties. The one that has the ability to heal and light up. The one that is conceived during the Akashic records. Not just dancing, seeing in the Akashic records, healing people around him, like the Christ conscious energy did. Not only just saw as it pertained to thought healing, seeing people healed pertaining to thought, but had actually had the ability just by being touched. Who touched me? The woman with the issue of blood. Who touched me? Because I got this neural melanin here, the healer. You get too close to me and I know I can make you whole. That one, that's the difference that I'm talking about. Thanks for the explanation. Yes, yes, yes. I asked because if I have to explain it to someone, okay. Perfect. This is powerful. Yes. I'm a O because I can give to everyone. There you go. That's your superpower, baby. But understand what is word. Because understand what is word. And if it's precious like that, it's up to you. But make sure it's what you want to do when you give it away. Make sure you're giving your good and perfect gift based upon your intent, giving your blood away. Right? Because you healing the whole multitude, baby. You healing the whole multitude, just to let you know in case you didn't know. You healing the whole multitude. Let me see. Hey, Goddess. Hey, Ladybug. This is. Yes. Thank you for tapping the screen. Thank you all. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Y'all tap the screen and make sure my supporters get this. I'm writing this down. Oh, I'm so happy for you. Hey, Key. Thank you for being here. Can't wait to research more. Yeah, do your study to show yourself approved. Rightly divided, the word of truth. That's what we also be doing, even in religion. Don't you stop. Yeah, Erica said, but they fear us just the same. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Black is exotic, baby. We make everything. It all stems because of that dominant. It makes it. And so we go back to that night sky. That dominant dark sky. Okay, so the origin of us, even before the dark sky, the darkness that was on the face of the deep, that's melanin. That's the carbon that I'm talking about. But in that realm, in the energetic realm, this is just chaotic. It's chaos. And so this is nothing new under the sun. Even in our energetic realm as just being energy on the face of the deep, chaotic. We're here now. We done picked up an avatar because we picked up spirit that was hovering over us, that was hovering over that face of the deep. Then we picked up expressions or lifetimes, souls, and we pick up body to house all of this in. But yet we still who we once were in the beginning. We still chaos. Now the thing is about this life is that we are supposed to find a peace or akin to balance in the midst of the chaos, in the midst of our darkness, our melanin. Melanin, field melanin, neuromelanin. We're supposed to be trying to find the light in the darkness. Now you could call this light, you could say different expressions of it, saying that you could express this light differently. You can say I'm only talking about turning on the light in the optimum Optimus thalamus, optimal thalamus, I think it's pronounced. I always get tongue tied when I say optithalamus. That's it, optithalamus. You could say that I'm only telling you to turn on the egg-shaped optithalamus light, but no, 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 no. I'm telling you to turn on your superpower. That's what I'm really trying to get, because it is super powerful for you to heal your body, because it all starts with you first, to be the healer of your body first, to turn on your light, to activate your dormant DNA, and put you in your Christ conscious state of being, which is equivalent to your crystal's fluid flowing down your manna from on high at the same time. I'm telling you to do all of this here for you, because the story is always about you. This is why the Christ conscious one in that parable was saying, don't you know, to the so-called Joseph and Mary, I have to be about my Father's business. It's about you. It's about you opening up your Father, your crown chakra to source. Our Father who art in heaven, your source, your heavenly state. You have to be about it. We get busy, and the biblical text also shares with you to occupy to accomplish. Occupy, get busy, rightly dividing the word of truth until you're coming, until you get to know yourself. Not to somebody crack the sky, no, outside of you. Not that coming. Your coming, your Christ consciousness realm, your age of Aquarius coming, your season for you to wake up and be like, wait a minute, I was supposed to be doing something. Oh, I was supposed to be getting to know myself. Yeah. And because your energy, frequency, and vibration, you have all elements in this realm pulsating at you. Then you ever heard of like the shaman resonance that's coming and pulsating at you? There's energy. You ever heard, even if you don't know about that, you ever heard about like certain phases of the moon, certain seasons? Yeah, there's a time and season for all things under the sun. And there's a time and season for we to get into the Aquarius age and these energies, whether it be portals from moons, whether it be the sun in the certain setting or cycle, or whether it be the shaman resonances that you're listening to, whether it be you hitting Tibetan bowls, whether it be you having a near-death experience, whether it be somebody closest to you dying and you feeling like you can't go on, and then an angel come and tell you what you need to go on and what you should have been doing, whether it be a dream in the vision of the night when man sleep and slumber and I give them their instructions, whatever it is, your season gonna come to get back to this year. All right? We are supposed to remember the age of Aquarius, and I'm an Aquarius. This is my time to rise up. I'm so happy y'all making this a personal thing, because that's really what it's all about. Okay? Yeah, that's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. Wow, the whole Lord's Prayer changed meaning. If Father is the crown. Yeah. Yeah. When you become conscious, everything, you understand everything in a totally different light. And this is why in the biblical text, in so many words, it was saying this. I'll take the foolish things to confound the wise. And then some people, in why the Christ conscious when parables were written just like that, in parables, because it's not for everybody to unfold and to know before the time or the season. And so in pretty much how I was telling you all, I read the Bible like 30 times when I was a little girl, trying to get more clarity and more clarity. But when you really get to the consciousness, that go to clarity. When you get to the season, that go to clarity. It just has a totally different meaning. Because now you see. Remember they said, he who has an ear, let him hear. Now you have ears and you can hear, and you have eyes, back to that first eye, and now you can see. All right? Definitely. Definitely. Uh-oh. I did hit the wrong button. Okay. Any questions up in here? Yep. There you go. There you go. Research for yourself and get to know it for yourself. You have to, because it's your journey. You have to. You have to. Facts. You have to. Yeah. We have to. We have to. It's time out for pastor. We have to. We have to. And so I'm sharing based upon my inner being, my conscious experiences, my knowing how I see. But a lot of you, especially the ones on YouTube, A lot of you are connected to me energetically. Like, I clown around and say this is the congregation, but truly, some people are connected to some a little bit differently. Right? Not to say that they following me, because I'm in the biblical text. This is what the Christ conscious woman will say. I'm teaching you how to be fishers of men. They're not following me. It's the same thing the Christ conscious parable said. I'm not in a position where I want nobody to follow me. No, I don't. I'm teaching people that I resonate with energetically how to themselves become fishers of men. Because just like the Christ conscious one said, lo, I will not be with thee always. When you become conscious, the real ending per se, and people will say, oh, all the leaders, you one side of it is that the leaders, once they become conscious, they die off. Eventually to live is to die, like, right? To live is to die. You just the polarity world, we got to do that. But on one side they'll be like, oh, they kill them, or they turn into, or the name gets scorned or whatever, turn into I don't know, a pedophile or something crazy or something. Like, what? Really? Kind of like the Christ conscious one when the crucifix, like, right? Being so-called crucified in that little allegory text. And then the crowd, the little crowd is like, stone him, kill him, like, God dang, because he was trying to show y'all the way. But that be kind of like the end for them. But at the same time, they're having that death. Understand something else had happened. They done been resurrected, y'all. They done been resurrected, and now they no longer have to participate in this realm. So nobody really cares. Well, them, and spiritually, their work is so called done. They don't really care about what's happening, the expression of what you all are remembering. If you didn't take the nuggets and become yourself your own Christ conscious one, they don't care about that. Because in another aspect of the biblical text, this is what it means when it says, you didn't take my life, I laid it down. And if I lay it down, I can pick it back up again, because these people pass and so to speak, their Christ conscious state of being, and then you're no longer bound to the matrix no more. Then you have free will to tap into other realms. Free willingly. Then that so-called law of polarity thing, all that, because you done passed that. It's like I could go to kindergarten and talk to the principal and teacher right now at free will. I don't have to be a student in that little bitty chair, because I can't even fit in that chair no more. Same difference as it pertains to your spiritual growth, because this is not the only realm. It's like the realm for lessons, teaching you how to get to know yourself and how to be a manifester and creator and a manipulator of energy, teaching you how to turn that lead into gold, practicing alchemy, because that's what the Christ conscious energy was, to become the alchemist, to wake up that dormant sleep DNA, to rise above to a higher self or another state of being, but to find that state of being or that self within their self, not outside. Christ conscious was never teaching nobody to go outside. Never. It was always about inside. It was always chakra pools of energy that needed to be explored, trauma that needed to be explored, lights that needed to be turned on. Work that with faith in thought that needed to be done. Thinking not robbery, to be equal with God, renewing of the mind. It was always an inner man that Christ conscious energy or parables was talking about anyway. And this is why this is called the inner being church. Because it's about your inner being and my inner being. Everybody. Yes, you're teaching us what to look for and what to research. Yeah, there you go. That's the beginning of all wisdom. The balancing of all self. Hey, Dion, I didn't know you was up in here. The balancing of yourself. Facts. That's what helped me overcome the thought of death. Yes. Oh, grave. And it teaches that even that big in the biblical text. Oh, grave. Where is thy victory? Oh, death. Where is thy sting? Yeah. How to live better and how to get better acquainted with yourself. Yeah, I love it. Most people would say you should. Like church, religion. Yeah. You gotta definitely get this here part. Because even when you get to the place of spirituality, like in the Christ conscious, think about the parable. Let's think about this here. Christ conscious was like, they had one story about before the clock strike, somebody gonna betray me, so to speak, like, right? And in reading those stories and kind of like knowing that you're gonna be betrayed, or knowing, that so-called death is among you. Let's just take the little story for this little moment and make it a personal story, because it really is personal about you and you becoming, all right? So just thinking about a person who's conscious, who'd engage, even John Coffey. Remember that movie, John Coffey, Green Mile, JC? He was the Christ conscious. He was represented as Christ conscious. JC, Jesus Christ. Like, right? You represent Jesus Christ. But when you get to spirituality, and I done said this here on here, I'm just a little 5'2" little lady here. But baby, when my day to time out in this avatar, I surrender all. Because when you're conscious, you understand, I ain't about to die. I asked for this next round. I put in work to get to this next round. I studied and I showed myself approved in this round. I loved in this round. I gave in this round. My cup flowed over in this round. I'm proud of everything I did in this round. Don't cry for me. Celebrate for me. I surrender all. All to you, my blessed Savior. Savior of myself. I surrender all. And you look forward to what's next, what's to come. Because I know I've been here for eons. I know lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. I remember them. And so you think about the movies in John Coffey. You think about John Coffey. And John Coffey, he was this prisoner, this big black man, with Tom Hanks. He in jail. Tom Hanks was the, I guess, the superintendent in the jail cell, or whatever you call him, the warden, or whatever you call him. And Tom knew there was something special about JC. But if you pay attention and listen to that movie and hear what John Coffey is saying to Tom Hanks, when Tom saying, do you want me to just let you go? Because I can't see me putting to the chair somebody with the gift that you have, somebody with, oh my God, thank you, Intervene. Somebody with that neural melanin, not the black melanin that I see on the outside, being that you this black big man. No, not your EO melanin. I'm talking about your neural melanin, John Coffey. I can't see me putting in a chair a man as pure as you. A man that can take sicknesses from other people, that can heal others, that even took up this crime and just didn't fight it, and you could have fought us all. But if you pay attention to what John Coffey is saying, he's saying, I've seen enough of the suffering. I know too much. It's time for me to graduate. There's more for me. So this is what I'm saying to you. When you become conscious and you've been in this realm multiple lifetimes and you just know it. You don't care that people telling you that you sound crazy. You just know that you remember some of your deaths, and you remember some of your lifetimes, and you sold yourself as a baby, and you hear these voices, and you jumping around, and you just have this knowing, and you walk around with this knowing, and then every day of your life you gotta wake up and you gotta come on down some, because you want to fit in, kind of like be like this human being, but you get reminded often, and you just hear these voices, and you see through the eyes of God, and you see it through your first eye, but you hear in this realm. It's because it's aching to you almost graduated, and so when you get to the place where it's time to tap out, it's like John Coffey telling him, "No, boss, I was tired, boss, I was tired. I did all I could do, boss." Anyway, thank you, Intervene. I love being attached to you, goddess. I'm learning and studying and gaining my power. I'm so happy for that. That's one of my favorite movies, The Green Mile. Love the movie because it always resonated with me. You see how you can find nuggets in just that movie because that movie is about you too. And when you watch, you look at John Coffey as JC now, as Jesus Christ. Like man, that's big in stature and have this pure heart and is able to see through people, see the good and the bad. Able to heal people from their sickness. Remember, he went to that lady house and took her cancer out of her mouth. She was made whole. Yeah. Yes, you teaching us what to live. Okay, I read that one. How to live. Okay, I read that one too. Let me see. I caught up on everything. Anytime you try, don't worry. Okay. Okay. We're ancient beings of the realm. Oh yeah, definitely. Yes, we are. Green Mile. Yep, that's the name of it. This changes my whole outlook on God, and I'm so happy for that, baby. Balance in itself. I'm so happy. I'm just happy that you get that you're just listening, because just in listening, it's just little nuggets that's being downloaded in your subconscious mind for the moment that you need it. Even if this moment is not going to be this here lifetime, just remember your subconscious mind never sleeps, and this information will be brought to the forefront. It's almost like you retrieving a record out the record room. It'll come to you in the moment that it is needed. All right, all right, all right. It's offering time. Y'all tap that screen. It's offering time in the church of inner beingness. It's offering time. Y'all tap that screen. Y'all tap that screen. Tap y'all screen. Tap that screen. Tap a comment. Tap a comment. Tap a comment. That gets me to meeting new people, for them to meet me, to know of me in my existence on these platforms. It's offering time. It's offering time. It's offering time. And like I always say, if you want to give to services, we accept donations. 80 cents is what we request minimally to donate to the church of inner beingness. Cash App, Goddess Just Be. Cash App, Goddess Just Be. Because these lights up in here, in this realm right here, we talking about physical. We about to come down to the physical. In this physical, these lights are plugged up and they have a light bill. Don't worry about the building, seeing the building, because you won't see the building, just like you ain't never seen the building from at your church either. The building from at your church either. So it's offer time. You tap that screen, comment, or give a little donation to the Cash App. We take energy, offerings, physical and spiritual. Any questions before I get up out of here? The announcements. Once again, the announcements of the day in church. We will not be having service on Monday. Monday's supposed to be Christmas in this physical reality. Although me, the first lady of this church, I don't celebrate the thing. I'm still not going to come on here because I'm going to just relax. Okay, that's going to be my day off. So no church on Monday. Don't look for me because I won't be there. We will resume, however, on Tuesday. On Tuesday, the 26th at 4 p.m. Hopefully, if I don't have too many orders on that day, I'll come and be on time, since I haven't been on time 2 days in a row. But don't worry about that. On Tuesday, don't worry about that, especially if you ain't give an offer. Don't worry about the time, okay? God may not come when you want him, but God will always be on time, okay? All right, y'all tapping that screen? Y'all tapping that screen? What are you doing on here? Hey, Tia, I'll catch up. Okay, yeah, catch up on you too. I'm late. I was just talking about being late. Yeah, I know that's right. Okay. All right, sometimes I don't like to type words, but only tapping the screen. Okay, that's perfect. I take the taps too. I take taps. I take real life offerings, and I take comments. And those of you that choose not to do anything with your energy, you remind me of the stiff-necked people in the biblical text. But hey, anyway. But nonetheless, that was the video. Hey, Sage. Sage laughing at me. Nonetheless, I love you. Oh, I love you back, babe. Nonetheless, that was the video. And I wanted to teach you about melanin. That's something more that you could research about. And this time around is research it as it pertains to what's inside. The neural melanin inside. Especially if you're a darker hue, you probably already know about the ill melanin outside, right? And its dominant ability over the more recessive pheomelanin. But research your neuromelanin now, that healer, that life force. I'm finding the savior inside of me. That's what I'm talking about. Miss Rita is over here in the comments shouting, y'all. I ordered, let me tell you, next week, I ordered a tangerine. Yeah, I'm pulling out my tangerine for my church. We're going to get some members up in here. Is there anybody that want to join church today? The doors of the church are open. And if you want to join church, you know a way to go. saltoftheearthpub.org. There, you join my newsletters. That's aching to you joining this here church. They may be one. I'm hopeful that they may be one. The website address is saltoftheearthpub.org if you want to join this church. This church will lead you to you. It ain't going to lead you to no sky daddy, nothing outside of yourself. It's going to lead you to your inner being. On my website, you stay there for 10 seconds, you'll see a pop-up. The pop-up will be asking you for your name and your email address. Bam, you're a member of the Inner Being Church. Once you become a member of the church, I want you to look at their website because we have healed people in this church. Healed people in this church. Healed people that know their blood type. Because your blood type matters. And once you know your blood type, now you know yourself. You would have empowered yourself. And you have detoxes for your blood type. You have foods that are highly beneficial for your blood type. Weight loss cheat codes, highly beneficial foods, meal plans, everything tailored to your blood type. So as soon as you become a member by going to this website and joining the newsletters and getting free information about your blood type, your ancestors or your bloodline, you make sure you take care of your blood, because everything that I'm talking about is about taking care of your energy, your inner God self, and knowing yourself. This is how the light begins. This is one of the pathways for your light within to begin to come on. Shine light for the world to see. If not, we just seeing your darkness or your chaos or your dis-ease and disharmony or your assets or your Parkinson disease or your big C, because you're dimming your light. You're not taking care or honoring your bloodline. And that's the key. That's one of the ways to get to this. Now, mindfulness is the master way, but you will hardly find people with the big C or the people with Parkinson or dis-ease and disharmony having the attention span or the ability to focus, because they're so busy worried about the pain within here, then they can focus and use their human imagination or mindfulness to create a new reality. So this is why it's an easier, more harmonious path by taking care of the body of God. All right, this video, that stiff neck, yeah, that's a stiff neck generation. They be on here. That's why I'm investing in you to heal me. Bless you, bless you, bless you, and circling back and bless and investing in yourself. All right, let's say a prayer before we get out of this service. A prayer before we get about this service. Source energy, I'm thankful for all expressions of life. Those that came forward on my life, whether they have eomelanin, pheomelanin, neuromelanin, I understand them to be the darkness that was on the face of the deep. Their energy, their frequency, their vibration. With my understanding, with my knowing, with my research, with my connection, with my inner being, I speak light. I speak love. I speak well-being. I speak all-knowing. I speak this into their life so they too can get to know themselves, not because I said it. I speak a quickening of their thoughts, their soul for expansion. I speak well-being. I speak this into their life. And most importantly, I speak this with an intent of love. Love that I have for myself and my overflow to pour upon them. I speak love because I wish above all things that each person that ever hear the sound of my voice, that they prosper and be in good health, even as their soul prospers. Because I understand if I leave them nothing for their soul expansion, I have left them nothing. Bless them today, tomorrow, forevermore. Bless them in this realm, in other realms. Bless them with water. Bless them with fire. Bless them with earth. Bless them with air. Bless them with all there is. and you are blessed. This video was from my heart to yours. At the cross, at the cross. There we go. We singing. The choir member singing, y'all. Where I first saw the light and the burdens of my heart rolled away.